You receive the ball to feet,
Yeah.
1v1 ISO, boom. And we see how many times when he's in 1v1 ISO position, he creates space, he dribbles, he can get into those pockets. I'm like, surely you are in those same 1v1 ISO positions. Why don't you get into those pockets like you do for Real? Next question. So, Saints Pablo, thank you for the question. What exactly is a system mentioned in football terms, De Bruyne? A player with limited individual ability who hides behind his attackers, a player who is completely reliant on service.
If Vini is a system merchant, please show me the system of Real Madrid. We don't have a system right now.
It's a counter-attacking system. Simple as that. Brazil doesn't play necessarily a counter-attacking system.
No.
That's why he always.
We don't have a system, and that's why we are failing right now. The system was there last year. Last year, you could have said that Vini was playing in a system. This year, we don't have a system. This is Vini running all around the pitch to score a goal.
So okay. So this is interesting. So, do you say Brazil have a system?
Yeah, no, they have a system for like 20 years.
Brazil has a system, but the problem is you need to check the midfield. Vini is not going to come deep and create the chances. Vini is not that kind of a player. Vini is someone who, if you have seen Vini's top form, it's when Cruz was playing with Vini, because Cruz used to signal Vini where to run. And Vini used to run at that place because he knew that.
Sorry, but are you listening to yourself? Bro, you're literally describing a system merchant here. That's literally a system merchant.
So that's what I just told you, that last year we had a system.
People would say that Vini good for Real, not so good for Brazil, means that he's a system merchant, means that he can only play in one team. But Sumia brings a good point where, as we say for Carlo, it's off the cuff, it's jazz, it's not really a system. So is Vini a system merchant? If he's not a system merchant, then what is he then? Being good for one team and not good for another team.
Yeah, no, I just think
No. How about
no. Wait, hold on. Okay. Casey then, Kenny.
No, I'll just say one thing. He has only been good for one coach. That's the issue. It's not just one team. Like he was in Madrid before Carlo. His form started improving after Carlo came. So he has been good for one.
He never got the opportunity on the Zidane like that. So
he was playing under Zidane. By the way, he scored in a Champions League quarterfinal against Liverpool.
Yeah, no, but obviously Zidane never trusted him like Carlo does. So maybe after the next, of course. I think maybe after the next manager that they have, then maybe we can say the system merchant. But for me, the thing is that there's a lot of players back in the days, like even now, that they're not as good with the national team than with the club side.
Because my thing is, you receive the ball to feet, 1v1 ISO, boom. And we see how many times when he's in 1v1 ISO position, he creates space, he dribbles, he can get into those pockets. I'm like, surely you are in those same 1v1 ISO positions. Why don't you get into those pockets like you do for Real?
Obviously, I feel like fullbacks there physically might be more imposing than obviously here in Europe. Like obviously here, like maybe the IQ and stuff like that is more, maybe what they say is more important. So I feel like a lot of the time Vini over here, like he does dribble, yes, but the thing that puts him above most guys is he has that extra speed that he can get past the player. And maybe that in South America, maybe the players that are maybe they're more faster and physically they're more imposing, so you can't get past as easier. You can't get past the defender as easier in South America than in Europe. Maybe that's just I'm just putting it out there that maybe it's just that, because I've seen players struggle.
Can I speak on this?
Sumia.
Okay, so the biggest difference is that Vini trains every day with these players at Real Madrid. How many times do Vini goes back to Brazil to play with the midfielders?
No, but that's every player though.
I understand. The problem is these guys in Real Madrid knows that Vini cannot create his own chances. They have to feed him the ball in those spaces at the correct moment, and they have been training on this for the last 4 years, and that's why Vini has been growing here. How many times have we find Bruno Guimaraes or any other those bums playing in the Brazilian midfield giving Vini the same passes. That is the challenge which Vini faces while playing from Brazil. I'm not going to tell that Vini is better than most of the players. No, Vini is not. But Vini cannot create his own spaces. Vini needs those balls in the space so that he can run and then create the opportunity. That's the difference, because he doesn't. All the teammates in Brazil, in Real Madrid, knows Vini's game, and they are able to feed the ball properly.
No, wait. So, is it for the ball properly? I swear they gave him the ball to feet, and he faces up and goes against. I don't think the passes are any especially different than anything as Brazil. They give him the ball to. He receives the ball to feet. I would understand if he's given through balls and is given the ball into space, which now receives like a specialist kind of a pass. But these are passes to feet. And if you're giving the ball to feet, you're 1v1 with your defender.
Like even that Dortmund game where he played well, like they didn't give like the goals he scored, they didn't give him like some crazy passes. Like it's him who did most of the work. So you can't be.
See, that's why.
I'll give you
it's as simple as it's psychological. It's simply psychological, and because when you look at sports, so much about sports is mental, and it's just like Brazil, different environment, different players. Which is why I just say he just needs to make a mental switch, similar to what Messi did. Because remember, we had the same criticism for Messi. Messi, why did he not the same?
Was better
No,
internationally than Vini is.
hold on.
No. But of course it was. But there was a time where you are not as great as you were for Barca. You're still good. He was still good, but you were not outstanding, which is what.
Yeah.
So we expected more. But Messi made a switch. I knew that I have to adapt and I have to make a mental switch, playing for the team, which he did. So for me, this is psychological. It's a psychological barrier he just needs to get over. It's not about systems of play. You are giving passes to feet. The passes you're giving at Real are not especially better than the passes you're giving in Brazil. So it's just a psychological thing that you have to do as an individual. This isn't down to the personnel. No. No. Because Rodrigo has had better performances. AK, what are you saying?
Rafinha has a better performance.
Yeah. I would say probably number one for me is Phil Foden, because HH, you have to do really bad to have a worse international resume than Vini. Like Vini, it might be the worst international player I've seen, worst international superstar player that I've seen in my life, and to have a worse catalog than him, like you have to be really bad internationally.
To watch the rest of this vid, think about becoming a Football Hut member. If you're a desktop merchant, just click on the join button below, over here. Or if you're a mobile phone merchant, just click on the join button below the video over here and join the true elite content crack addicts. Peace.